Hi, everyone. This is Saul Aronovitch, and welcome to Journey Through the Veil. So this evening, I'll be discussing with Natalie one of the hardest things anyone has ever asked to do, and that's to forgive. So we're calling this little three-part series, Beyond Apology, the Real Work of Forgiveness.
So tune in to working with the tools needed for forgiveness. I wanted to have a discussion about forgiveness because so many people don't understand the concept of forgiveness. They think forgiveness is that you're letting the other person off the hook for what they've done. But isn't it about letting go of the story? Letting go of what's causing you pain? Then if you choose to let them off the hook, it's different. But isn't the biggest part about not suffering ourselves?
Forgiveness, first, for sure, happens within. We can tell somebody, I forgive you. What exactly does that mean? When you say to somebody, I forgive you, what goes on inside of you? And those words, when somebody else receives them, what goes on inside of them? Should we feel at peace? Should we feel that it's over and it's done and we can move on? What happens? When I tell you I forgive you, there's a shift that goes on inside of me, a release that says, this chapter's closed. Now, just like a book, a good book that somebody would read through and remember each chapter, forgiving particular things or particular people or based on what happens is closing a chapter. We don't forget it, but that chapter is a part of the greater story. So each time we go through events and we offer forgiveness or we ask for forgiveness, the story that we're writing is still ingrained in the previous chapters. So what does this mean? It means that if I'm asking for forgiveness, am I asking to calm my ego? Am I asking to just resolve something so I can say, if I die tomorrow, at least that's all taken care of? Or if I truly receive the forgiveness with a heart of compassion and understanding why forgiveness needs to happen. What did the other person go through to create something that requires forgiveness? Here's the deeper story. You're expressing forgiveness for something that you might have done, and the person would receive that and say, you're forgiven, but wouldn't the person receiving it be curious to know why in the first place would that act happen that requires forgiveness? Where's the deeper story? Compassion, love, awareness of the truth that each one of us experiences. We have to go deeper. We can't just close a chapter to a story without understanding the origins of the story, the depths of the story. You can almost offer forgiveness before the person even asks to be forgiven. Now you're changing the truth behind forgiveness. Why must you hear, I am sorry, before you say you are forgiven? Shouldn't the act alone already be forgiven before the words? If you do that, there is compassion that lies in the depths of all this. There's the love for humanity.
But what about those that have forgiven and yet the story or the pain, the suffering still lingers within them? How does that get resolved? I know that using your book helped me in a time where things were really rough between grief and forgiveness. But for those that want to know how to do that and don't have access to your book yet, what do they do?
So next week is part 2 where we'll answer this question and continue our discussion. This is Saul Aronovitch with Natalie Broccolini, and you're listening to Journey Through the Veil.